Low effort podcast. The sun, the source of all life on this planet. It provides us with light and warmth and skin cancer. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a beautiful place, but it is also very sunny, which is an advantage in a lot of ways, but a disadvantage in some others. I try to avoid sunburns by staying indoors, and that's pretty much the only way to avoid sunburns for me because my skin is so fair, I do not tan at all. I burn real bad, and then after the burn clears up, I have a new couple of freckles, and that's pretty much it. So I stay indoors, get a vitamin D deficiency, so I take some vitamin D, and then when we leave the house, I put on a lot of sunscreen, usually if I remember. I don't like sunscreen at all. I don't like the way it smells and feels on my skin, especially the way it feels on my skin. I guess I don't mind the smell that much because it kind of reminds me of field trips. I sort of have that sense memory of like going to the zoo when I was a kid. So the smell's not actually what bothers me. It's the oily, greasy skin thing. I hate that kind of feeling, but I do put it on when I'm going to be out and about, and I still get sunburn. So in order to kind of try to dress the part, I look at what people who work outdoors wear here. We have a lot of Latinos that live and Latinas that live in Arizona. I say Latinos though because most of the guys that you see out working on roofs and landscaping and stuff are it's pretty much men, mostly Hispanic men, and they have a lot more melanin than I do, so they're probably a lot less likely to burn, but they're smart enough to cover up that skin. It's kind of hilarious. White people go out and they wear like khaki shorts and flip-flops and little short sleeves, and then they get all sunburnt, and people of the sun go out there and they have big-ass hats and long sleeves and long pants and shoes or boots. And that's the way to do it. That's how you got to do it. You got to stay covered up. So that's what I do. And really, if I would stick out like a sore thumb, but I would totally dress like some kind of anime ninja samurai character with one of those big, round, pointy straw hats that I pull down over my face and have like a big sword for no reason. I mean, I guess self-defense, right? If everyone here carries a gun, why not a sword? Well, I suppose a sword in a gunfight would not be super helpful, as the saying goes. We actually had a ninja here for a while called the light rail ninja, and this was a guy who would ride the light rail train around or stand around on the light rail platforms, and he carried a samurai-type sword, katana sword. And I believe he saved someone from a mugging one time. I don't know. I might look that up. Light Rail Ninja, Phoenix. This was years ago. But I can't really wear the big long cloaky thing and the big straw hat per se. So I have a different kind of big straw hat that I wear. And I noticed that that's not really cool for guys. At best, guys wear maybe like a fedora hat. And fedora's never really cool. Sometimes you get that, what's it called? Panama hat, if you can pull it off. But it's nothing fashionable is ever good for you. Fashionable shoes hurt to wear every time. The tighter your pants are, the more fashionable they are, to a point, I suppose. And this was really driven home when I worked on a movie years ago called Transamerica. This was a film that was starring Felicity Huffman and Kevin Zegers, and it was a pretty cool movie. It shot in all around the valley, some in Paradise Valley and in Prescott Valley, and most of the crew came from New York City. And I showed up, we were shooting outdoors all day, and I had this hiking belt thing. It's kind of like a fanny pack, like a big fanny pack that I put sunscreen and bandanas and I don't remember what all in there. And it also had spots for 2 water bottles. So I had 2 water bottles in this big hiking belt thing, and I have my big straw hat on, and these New York guys get out of their vehicle, and they got the tight jeans and the leather boots and the leather jackets and the slick back hair, and they looked at me and kind of made fun of me. And then a couple hours later, when the sun was beating down, nobody was laughing except me, privately to myself, in sort of a, what's that called, a schadenfreude. But all in all, they were actually way cooler than me, and it's all good though, because now they're doing something that I don't know what they're doing, but I'm doing the low effort podcast, and I am okay with that. So the lesson is prepare for the sun and take care of yourself, and don't hate on other people for what they wear, but fashionable clothing is dumb. Okay, I love you. Bye.